Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the desk at Bloom in the Desert Ministries worldwide headquarters. It sort of feels that way if that sounds a little hectic and businessy, but that's because this is January, and January is one of our most intense months for production from a standpoint of doing administrative work for reporting for the previous year and getting ready to launch ministries in the year to come. So January is very much a transitional month. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a teeter-totter in the sense of what we're trying to do. I oftentimes try to have a clean desk when I'm doing BloomTube here, and today it was just absolutely impossible. If I look around the desk, I see that I have a copy of last year's annual report that we will have a new one for the annual meeting for Bloom on February 11th, I'm pretty sure it is, the second Sunday in February. And this can be a bit of a subtle reminder if there are any ministry coordinators and other leaders who submit reports for these, for this document to, it's getting time. The due date is almost here, and so please follow through on that. We do have a few that have been come in, but we're looking for more to come in. I have a review document here that we're looking at for our Sunflower Legacy Society as we try to get the policies in place for that, and the small group that is working on that is has come forward with a policy statement, and that's something we're going to need to approve soon, and we're looking at that. I have over here the scriptures for future weeks to come as we plan for the Sundays that are upcoming, and Lent is begins in February, and we're looking ahead at Sundays, and we're looking ahead at the Lenten time, and we're looking ahead already to the Bloom special anniversary Sunday morning on March 11th. That's going to be a great day for music and a great day. Our conference minister is going to be visiting us. That's been good. We're planning for that, getting preparations. I look over here, and it's doing the TED Talk Tuesdays, figuring out what's for the rest of January and for what is going to be happening in February. I've got a pile here for Spring Fling, and we're getting ready for those pieces, and we there goes Russ taking a look at stuff. This is last year's program for Spring Fling, but you know that this year's theme is you got to have friends, and we're looking forward to that time together on March 9th. But we're getting ready with the publicity and the press releases and that sort of thing. I have my to-do sheets up here in front of me, a copy of this week's bulletin, as Rick has produced that, and they're being printed and getting ready so that they can be stapled and folded tomorrow here in the office. And I look around, and I see also that I've got some documentation that we need for a grant that has to be written and must be submitted by January 31st of this day, and that's an important grant for our ministry and the finances of our ministries, throughout the year. So these things are all on my desk, and it's a part of, it's what January looks like to me. And so I just want you to know that it's a very exciting time because of all of this vitality. That's not to say the screen here of emails that are coming in every time you hear one of those little beeps as people are working on things wherever they are. And finally, what I have here is a returned piece of mail, and this was kind of disappointing to me because it's a guy that was involved with Bloom very early on when we were still in the Methodist realm. His name is Mark Miller. He's a composer, and he was one of the first people to write a check to Bloom in the very early days. The reason that I'm hoping to get in touch with him and make sure this Christmas card, Christmas Tide card gets to him is that for the very first time in Bloomtones, we are this Sunday going to sing one of his compositions. It's called Christ Has Broken Down the Wall, and it's going to be our musical benediction. And I want to let him know that we're singing that, and that's very exciting. So that's what's even coming up this Sunday. Bloomtones is bringing music as well as special music from Dorian, the instrumental ensemble, Michelle Fiore, and all the Bloomtones folks will be singing. Mike Shear is doing a special presentation of a poem by Maya Angelou, and he and I will be kind of co-creating the commentary time with a bit of commentary on the scriptures for that day leading into the presentation of this poem. So we hope you can be with us on Sunday, as we always do. And we hope that if you can't be with us in body, you'll be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that yonder dressed in red? God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble those waters. Oh, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. You know he's gonna trouble those waters. Who's that yonder? He's dressed in white. Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. Now God's gonna trouble that water. Everybody, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that yonder? He's dressed in blue. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children and they're coming through. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, God's gonna trouble the water. Just see the Holy Ghost looking for me. God's gonna trouble the water. Everybody, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Everybody, wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble